This is the Yuki-onna, and this is an illustration by Sawaki Tsurushi. It comes from the Hayakaizeken, the 100 Monster Picture Scroll, published in 1737. Yuki-onna, meaning Snow Woman in English, is of a yokai of a woman trapped in a blizzard. She would later die to the cold. When the snow falls quietly in the night, when the world turns white and steel, some say she walks among the drifting flakes, a pale woman dressed in white, her breath like mist, her eyes like frozen glass. They call her Yuki-onna, the Snow Woman, a spirit of winter, beautiful and deadly, who drifts through Japan's snowy mountains, leaving behind stories of mystery, love, and death. She appears during heavy snowfalls, often in the dead of night. People who see her often say she glides over the snow without leaving a footprint. Her skin is pale as frost, her lips sometimes blue, sometimes blood red, her hair long, black flowing like ink against the white snow. Her story begins in Yamagata Prefecture, where a weary innkeeper and his wife kept a small lodge along the mountain road. One stormy night, as the snow piled high and the wind screamed outside, someone knocked at their door. Standing there was a young woman, alone, dressed entirely in white. Her hair was black as midnight, her eyes dark and deep, and her skin almost glowing in the firelight. Saying very little, she only said that she lost her way in the storm. The couple, kind and worried for her safety, invited her inside and sat her down by the fire to warm herself. As they spoke, the woman smiled politely, but the firelight never seemed to reflect warmth in her face. Even sat close to the flames, there was no color in her cheeks, only the ghostly pale white complexion. Hours later, while the wind was still howling outside, the mysterious woman suddenly rose from her seat. She said she had to go, that she couldn't stay much longer. The innkeeper pled with her to wait until morning. She shook her head, then he reached out to gently stop her. His hand brushed hers, and a shock of cold shot through his arm. Her skin was like touching solid ice. In shock, he pulled back before he could say another word. Her figure began to waver, the woman's form shimmering like a reflection in glass. And then she had dissolved into a faint white mist. The white mist drifted upwards, following the mountain road. And there, in that stormy night, she vanished. Across Japan, Yuki-onna's form and nature changes. In some regions, she's a vengeful ghost freezing travelers who dare cross her mountains. In others, she's a lonely spirit appearing at doors during blizzards, asking for shelter or hot water. Refuse her and you'll die frozen in your tracks. But show her kindness and she simply smiles and disappears back into the snow. To some, she's a symbol of nature's purity and cruelty, embodying both the beauty and dangers of the season. Yuki-onna is more than a ghost story. She's a reflection of winter itself. Beautiful but unforgiving, captivating but merciless. She is the frost that catches your breath, the silence that follows a storm, the reminder that nature can love and kill in the same moment. Even now, Yuki-onna drifts through modern media in anime, films, and video games like No, Pokemon, and Okami. She is Yuki-onna, the Snow Woman of Japan. Beautiful, cold, eternal. And with that brings an end to this story. I want to thank you for watching. If you liked this story and want to hear more myths and yokai tales, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.